So you're looking to get into cybersecurity, but you're just not sure which bachelor's degree to go for. What specialization, what focus. That's a common question, right? That I hear a lot from students, and I see this question a lot online. So I wanted to take a few minutes just to talk about it really quick. Um, Really quick, who am I? Like, why am I talking to you? What's my background? So I've been in IT for over 26 years. About over half that time I've been in cybersecurity working in the field, paid professional full-time experience. So I have a lot of practical experience, in the field, in the profession there. But more importantly, I've been teaching at the university level since 2012, mainly cybersecurity courses, and I've easily taught over 10,000 students up until this point. I'm still teaching now, so haven't stopped. But I came across this question, and it had to do with what degree choice to make when you're trying to get into cyber, or maybe IT, but mainly cyber, because cyber is obviously a popular topic these days. And I'm going to break it down really quick into three sort of degrees, right, to kind of keep it simple. So the top three degrees I usually hear a lot of students talk about, like which one to get when they're trying to get into cyber, is, well, a bachelor's in cyber security, which makes sense. You would think that would be the best choice, which it could be, right? The next one is a bachelor's in IT, information technology. And the last one is a bachelor's in computer science. So computer science, IT, and cyber. Just keep those three degrees. It's hard to tell, right? I can't tell you which one to get, which makes sense, but maybe what I'm about to share will help provide some feedback and give you some insight and maybe some more homework on your side to do. But one thing, regardless of which one you choose, and you should do this across all three of them, and in your homework, in your research, while you're trying to figure out which degree to go for, is review the curriculum, right? Which I'm hopefully you're doing anyway. And what I mean by that is, on a piece of paper, when you get your bachelor's, it could be in cybersecurity. That's great, right? That's maybe what you want. But if you went to three different schools, all with a bachelor's in cybersecurity, the curriculum, the courses behind them may be different, right? Some may be a little more focused on one particular specialization or a few. Some may be some things you may not be interested in. Some maybe go deeper into maybe a little bit of coding, maybe a little more risk management, maybe more policies and procedures, or maybe it's a mix. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Like, all schools are different, but look at the curriculum, look at the actual school and courses that they're teaching. That's very important, right? So when you kind of flip back to, which one is best, it's really hard to say, but let me share what I sort of experienced, right, from my side, and that may help a little bit. Again, by the end of this, I'm not going to give you an answer because I don't know you. My initial answer is depends. It really depends on where you're at, what you're interested in, and that's all up to you. But it's definitely good for you to listen to this and get feedback and just hear from others that either have been there, done that, or have learned from some mistakes that have made mistakes you can learn from, right? So right off the bat, as far as which one to choose, think about it this way. If you do get a degree, a bachelor's degree in cybersecurity, that particular degree is going to be pretty much narrowly focused on cybersecurity, right? Which could be great right now. It sounds great, looks great, people are talking about it. But when it comes to after you get it, you're looking for a job, you may be limiting yourself, right, to the types of jobs you could get. Cybersecurity, I think, will still hold pretty true and strong for a while, but you may not be introduced to other concepts that you either, one, may already be interested in or you don't know it yet, but two, it kind of just narrows your focus down the road after you get it, after you earn the degree and everything. Then take information technology, take your IT degree. Your IT degree, what you'll most likely learn in there is a little bit of everything, right? I'm pretty sure you'll have cybersecurity in there, just like a little sliver of it, a little sliver, a little slice of, database management, web design, networking, programming, again, cybersecurity, and some other things. So think of it as like a broad general IT curriculum. You'll get a little bit of everything, which isn't bad, right? It kind of keeps your options a little more open down the road. So let's say you do get your bachelor's in cybersecurity and you're loving it, things are great. You're having trouble maybe looking for a job down the road, or maybe you want to switch or pivot to a different IT sort of field that isn't cybersecurity. Okay. Having your bachelor's in cyber won't be terrible, but it still kind of narrows your focus, right? If you have your bachelor's in IT, it kind of gives you that flexibility, and jobs aren't going to say, no, you can't have this job because you got your bachelor's in cyber and not something else, right? So just think about it that way. It gives you more options, and just it still covers cyber, right? You're still going to get some sort of cyber coursework, and just double check on that. That's why I mentioned the curriculum part of it. But you just broaden yourself, right? And it's kind of future proofing yourself as well. Um, and then computer science. Computer science is another great choice. It is sort of like the IT degree where it's pretty broad, but you'll mainly be focusing on more like programming and analytics, and there may be some math and some other things in there that you just may not want at all. So think about those things, right? Think about those three choices and which one you kind of may want to choose from, or may not. Um, so those are just kind of some options. And just to give you a little background about me as well, I sort of went the IT route. So I got my bachelor's in IT back in 2009, right? So it's been a while. Back then, AI, what was that? It didn't exist really. No one was talking about it at all. Cybersecurity was around, but it really wasn't as hot as it is now, right? But it was there, very, very, very tiny bit of it, not much. Um, so I got my bachelor's in IT because I wanted that broad sort of understanding of IT, and that's nothing wrong with that at all, right? If you want to go cyber, there's nothing wrong with IT. I'm a perfect example, and I'll kind of give you my quick sort of educational sort of journey here. So I got my bachelor's in IT back in 2009. I got my master's in management information systems and security in 2012, and then I got my doctorate in information assurance and cybersecurity to 2021, right around there. So I went through the journey. I have over 2 decades of experience, and I got my bachelor's in IT. So that should help you a little bit, right? I'm still in cyber. I'm heavily deep in security right now, and I got my bachelor's in IT. So there's nothing wrong with starting your journey with a bachelor's in IT. But again, I completely understand things have changed, right? It's been over what, a decade and a half, right, since I've gotten it, and it's different, right? Cyber's everywhere. Every school nowadays has a cybersecurity degree. The curriculum is getting better, but it doesn't have to be the choice you make. Think about yourself in the future. And like I said before, try to future proof yourself. So I hope this was helpful. Again, I'm here for questions. I have the experience, and I've dealt with a lot of students, so I'm really here to help, answer any questions you have. I did want to share, I'll put it in the description. I made a one-page free sort of cheat sheet about IT versus cyber security versus computer science degree. So you can check it out at professorsimon.com/guides/degree. So check it out. Let me know what you think. Again, it's totally free for you. Kind of just simply, organizes some of the thoughts I talked about today. And yeah, wish you guys the best. And feel free, if you have any questions, reach out. All right.